The number one question people ask during the stream is, any tips to ranking up? And there are already 1,000 videos titled,
"Oh, quick and easy way to get diamond. This one simple trick."
So what I did was compile replays from every single rank in the game, and I'm going to explain as we go along what is changing in the gameplay from rank to rank. We're using Akuma as an example versus Ryu here, but I'm going to keep things general, so buckle up because we move fast. Let's get to it. Here you are in bronze, just about as bare bones as it gets. We're only going to see one or two techniques here, and one of them is jumping. We're seeing the first inkling of conversions with these crouch heavy punch and a sweep, but the rest of the damage is pure happenstance. Execution errors can sometimes lead you to beauty. Okay, let's bump up to super bronze here. We're going to get a glimpse at your first deliberate punish, followed by a couple of suboptimal conversions. At this rank, you're going to get a better sense of where we can press a button, but you're nowhere near maximizing it. Alright, as we move on to Ultra Bronze, we're seeing a bit more grounded activity with a little block string and a slightly better punish. This is also the rank where we're going to start seeing more consistent anti-airs. A few more buttons being used, but we are still far from optimal. Now we jump up a league into the silver ranks. Your toolset hasn't changed too much, but your punishes are getting better, and we're starting to have a follow-up plan after a knockdown. It's also here that novice techniques like the tick throw begin to show up. On to Super Silver, we're gonna see different buttons like stand medium kick being used more, and your punishes are getting better, but they are still inconsistent. This is also the area you start to see a bit more use of V-Trigger and meter, although we're generally just using meter for that little extra damage. Ultra Silver is not very different, getting a little better with the anti-airs and using a bit more of the toolset, but actions are still very impulsive and unprepared. Conversions in general are improving, and there is more movement as well. Now your badge is getting shinier as we hop into the Gold League. We're finally seeing just a bit of anti-air DP action as well as some different buttons, but the most noticeable difference was finding better ways to activate V-Trigger. When we climb to Super Gold, we can find some players changing their offense by using more light attacks to help with their conversions. Punishes are slowly getting better, and interestingly, this is where I started seeing multiple players doing Tatsus and neutral more often. Bad habits are starting to become more integrated into our game plan. It's when we get to Ultra Gold that we start to see a noticeable change. We get our first look at attempts at counter hit conversions, better use of V-Trigger as well, in addition to all the techniques we saw in the previous ranks. As we dive into the Platinum ranks, the first thing I noticed is far less heavy moves in neutral. More experience gives us a bit more confidence to take our time. What surprised me is it took this long to see an EX Demon Flip dive kick combo. However, there's still quite a road ahead of us. Super Plat is another rank that shows a very noticeable change in skill level. We're using all the techniques we've seen in the previous ranks, but now we're using them more fluidly, and even with errors, your improvisational skills are getting better. Techniques like shimmy are becoming more common, and your follow-ups after your conversions are getting tighter. We're still seeing unfamiliar situations and not totally aware of our options. Ultra Plat is where you can find players who have really cemented their offensive flowchart. Great things like high damage conversions are there, as well as the questionable habits that also take good damage, like frequent EX air attacks. At this point, we have still yet to see an optimal DP punish despite Ryu's best efforts. It's also around this level that we start to see the importance of the crouch medium kick fireball block string. But we're still hanging on to tactics we have that reward us but also get us in trouble. Your DPs, however, are still looking good. Finally, we've made it to the diamond ranks. So what does it take to get here? Well, as you've probably guessed, it's going to be a little bit of everything. The conversions are getting optimal, we even have counter hit conversions, and we're using our resources better. Subtle aspects like our block strings are tightening up, and we're starting to think ahead and develop win routes. As we ascend the Diamond League into Super Diamond, you see the conversions and flow are just a bit more optimized. What started off as an EXDP punish on a block Tatsu has become a high damage V-meter building punish with Oki. Techniques like empty jump low and understanding the nuances of your character's combos are not rare in this rank. It's also here finally that we stumbled across a wake up EXDP conversion and an optimal DP punish while in V-trigger. Super Diamond also is where you'll find some advanced setups, resets, and increased awareness on combo drops. As we climb the rank ladder, we see the powerful crouch medium kick on display more often. Ultra Diamond is where we start really considering our opponent's defensive options. We're seeing counter hit confirms, but most importantly an increased awareness on your opponent's decisions, like you'll see with this V-shift punish. Frame kills, or performing actions to consistently time our follow-up attacks, are also common here. Ultra Diamond is also where you'll see players using their meter better. An example is using EX Demon Flip to end a combo rather than an EXDP to have a better follow-up instead of max damage. Slight changes in timing of our buttons is making all the difference in our strings as well. Being able to change the timing of your offense is an advanced skill due to the fact that you've done so many repetitions with one particular timing. It's also Ultra Diamond that we come across our first crouch medium kick confirm. We're using nearly all of our character's tools and getting optimal or near optimal damage for everything we land. Master is actually not too different from Ultra Diamond. Our offense is way better and we are now confident enough to approach a situation in more than one way. We've likely done labbing for common scenarios such as Fireball and have come up with answers to counter them. We're able to improvise even in situations we may have never seen before based on our game knowledge. At this point, you also likely understand the importance of corner control and opt for the position over max damage. As we go up in ranks, it simply becomes a continuation. Your offense diversifies, you learn more about the matchups you come across, and you have done so many repetitions that you don't have to think very much about your conversions, allowing you to think more about your opponent. It's all about consistency. What can you do and how often can you do it? The goal at the end of the day is to deal enough damage onto your opponent to KO them before they can you, and that is most effectively done with being able to create conversions from all of your character's toolset. I hope this better illustrates what it means to rank up in Street Fighter V and fighting games in general. That's it for today. Feel free to comment below what you think about the video, and I will see you next time.